I'm starting to learn the importance of prayer because that is and that goes back to that intimacy with God and all that. And one thing I've learned, because I'm a weak prayer. I'm not I pray at night. When it's time to go to sleep, I just pray at night and say, all right, God, thank you. But I've never been like that. Fervent prayer. Only when Quinn was like had that thing with his hand.
Yeah.
And we didn't know if it was cancer or not.
Right.
It's the only time it was a real deal. Like I'm talking to God. Like
You're
my
in the
face.
war room.
I'm in the war room. You feel me? I'm speaking to him like, God, what's good? Like he's in my, like I can feel him. And it take that to get me to that level.
Yeah.
And one thing I did learn, and I'm gonna keep it short, the prayer, it prepares you for that moment. It's not something that's why it has to be constant. Because it's not something that's gonna sustain you. It's not gonna sustain you for next week. It's just gonna sustain you for the moment that's gonna come up when we done talking and we interacting with our wives or going throughout our daily life. It's for that moment right there.
The prayers should be training. In my situation, if I'm praying like I'm supposed to, it should be training me for these distractions.
What I've noticed with myself, if I'm not in constant communion with him, I automatically drift off. It don't matter what I'm doing. But the prayer thing, it was good. You can relate that to sports. When we training, like we training today, we did training today, say like we had a game. The training that we're doing is gonna prepare us for the moments that we have in the game. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's gonna prepare you for the season. Like, oh, we training today, that's gonna all season we're gonna be straight. No, if you stop training right now and and then you go through it, you would just wait for Saturday. You're gonna have a horrible game. You're not gonna be prepared for the moment when he's face to face and it's time to run your route. Your route not Chris in that moment. It's the little details like that. You ain't been practicing that. You're training, your endurance is up, all that. It preparing you for that game. Before the first game, week game, not the second week game. Because the second week you got to do all over again.
When I think about it, it's accountability.
Yeah.
In order to be consistent, because it's not, you guys, especially you guys have wives, you have kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have a lot of responsibilities to I have my daughter, but you have, even with your career, you have a lot of things to juggle and balance.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you talk about, we say, prayer Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, that's the opportunity, man, that to step in and get that repetition, like we said, with the training. We showing up, us calling one another, hey man, you gonna get on the prayer line.
Yeah.
That accountability is what's gonna keep us consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it ain't, and it can't just be, one-sided.
Yeah.
Where, Quinn always, hear me up.
Yeah.
It has to be all of us together. It has to be something collective.
Yeah.
That makes it sustainable.
Yeah.
When it comes to prayer is the foundation of the spirit life. If you're gonna have a relationship with God, the foundation of that relationship is gonna be prayer. If you're gonna have that close intimacy with God, there's nothing else that makes you closer and gets you intimate with God than bearing your soul at 2 a.m. or 12 a.m. or whenever you find that time that really works for you. When you bear your soul before God and you just be real and you're in. And so prayer gives you the ability to go the extra mile. Prayer gives you the ability to resist the natural proclivity to give into the lust of the eyes, the pride of life, the lust of the flesh. For me, it's a daily struggle almost always for me to resist the desire to want to look at pornography.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a daily.
That's it.
Sometimes I miss several days, but in those moments when I'm bored or my wife may not be as understanding as I would like for her to be. That thought comes to me where I can get off by just looking at pornography, right?
True.
And so that proclivity, that desire, is not going to go away from me. It's always going to be there. It's a choice whether or not do I want to build up my spiritual muscles and sustain those spiritual muscles. So when those things come my way, I have the strength to resist them. Because if I stop praying and if I stop reading God's word and I stop, having that communion with God.
True.
When that desire come to me in that moment, I'm gonna give in to it because I'm weak. I haven't been consistent. I haven't been in the gym.
Like
I
sugar
haven't
craving.
building up my resistance. So when it comes, I don't have that strength to resist it anymore. I just give into it. And so that's what this is all about. Having that consistency in your life, building up that spiritual muscles so that you can resist today's temptation, not tomorrow's. But you can just resist today's temptation because that's the grace that God has given you. He's given you the grace to resist today's challenges, today's tests.
Like eating food, man. Everybody done tried to go on some type of diet or some type of, it's the same thing. Every minute, every second, every day, every month. You ride by somewhere or the smell of the food. You already like, should I? You know what I'm saying?
You said about the food, because that's why any gym person, they'll tell you, listen, make your food before you leave the floor. Already have it prepared. Because, or eat before you leave. Fill yourself with those right nutrients first. Because if you go out there unprepared, you get hungry. It don't matter. You gonna fail.
So they get me too
So
dirty.
prayer is getting full of those right nutrients before you go out and pass the stove.
That's good.
Of Cold Stone, and you see the sign, but you already full. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as appealing. I'm already full. So now I can bypass it. I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Even if I smell the chicken, I'm full though. It's not. But if I come out there hungry, man, I'm gonna order.
You're gonna give into a false lover.
You're
gonna give into a false lover. So when you get full, prayer gets you full. And when you get intimate with God through prayer and the reading of Scripture, you're full of His presence. So you don't fall into the temptation of these false lovers. You don't fall into the temptation of pornography. You don't fall into the temptation of lusting after other women because you have this internal combustion happening inside of you of the presence of God that is able to repel or actually keep your focus on something that's deeper, more profound than carnal nature, incarnate on the flesh.
Hey man,
It's a lot right there.
Hey,
A lot right there.
Upside, y'all marinate on that, man.
Upside.
We're gonna tune out on that one right there. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
General.